or 2-2 left as you were. And yeah, we've flown the strike recovery multiple times at this point. So, any questions on the departure of the recovery? Okay. That's good for now. You're gonna have to know how to fly these things. Yes, you got to know how to read. You got to know how to read them. Got to know how to follow them. Um, any doubts today? Just stick to my wing, and but in the future, going forward, work on that. All right. Uh, any questions, comments, concerns before we go our separate ways and talk again when we do our comms checks? Okay. One last thing. When we go to do our 1v1 engagements, um, what I'll designate a holding point, and to keep it relatively simple, if we don't have a waypoint that is dedicated to our AO, I'm gonna try and use one of the local TACAN stations that we can anchor off of. But I'll designate a holding point, and then whomever's not fighting is just gonna sit there at best best economy, um, standard rate circle basically, until the other two are done fighting. Um, when two folks split off to go and do their fight, um, let's make sure we have calm discipline. So no commentary during the fight, unnecessary chatter. We can do all of that in debrief. Um, for the um, for the 1v1 head-on pass, um, it'll be combat spread to start. Each fighter will turn 45 degrees offset opposite each other. So, the person on the left, 45 degrees left, person on the right, 45 degrees right. Fly that for maybe 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Standard rate turn back in to the head-on heading, and then, like Wrench briefed, let's make sure we're maintaining that 500-foot bubble. No one going for a shot at the merge. And then once the merge happens, it'll be fights on. And then the offensive and defensive BFM practice will be as briefed. So that's the last thing I got. I'll release you guys to get ready, and 5 minutes after step at 21:20 Eastern, I'll call for radio checks. Good to go? Alrighty. See you guys on the tarmac. All right. So we're gonna plan to step at 21:15 Zulu. I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, we're Sting 1. Yeah, so the strike recovery, this is for you guys. I've got Discord muted. Um, the uh, the strike recovery is pretty straightforward. Basically we're gonna plan 2-1 left, which means we're coming in from the northeast, and I would imagine so. I don't know for sure. Um, so we'll make sure that we've got the Taycan uh, plugged in as we're coming in, just in case we don't have those waypoints. We'll still have the DME information needed to be able to find the oh my god, Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say. That the term just completely escaped me. Uh, but yeah, waypoint or nav point or whatever. But yeah, we'll make sure we've got the tack end for Nellis. Or actually, I think for the strike recovery, it's the Las Vegas VOR or Vort. I think it's the Las Vegas Vortac that the strike recovery is based on. So we'll have that. We'll have that plugged up just in case the waypoints aren't there. And same for the Fighter 6 departure. Um, but for the Nellis TACAN, because all of the Fighter 6 departure is all based off of the Nellis TACAN. The outbound 270. Remember, that's a climbing standard rate turn. It's standard rate, so 3 degrees per second because it is an instrument. It's an instrument procedure, and everything, even in the military, is done at a standard rate. Um, it's going to be on your ADF page on your DDI. It's also going to be on your standby attitude indicator. It's 2 blocks and then a floating bar. And when the bar lines up with either of those 2 blocks, that is a standard rate turn. If it's in between, at least on the standby attitude indicator, if it's in between the block and the neutral position, that's a half standard rate turn. But then on your digital ADI in your on your MFDs, on your DDIs, um, it's 3 blocks. It's three hollow blocks, and then I think a solid block that moves underneath of them. Um, but that's how you can identify a standard rate. I'm going to be flying at a standard. I'm going to be doing that turn at a standard rate. So really, if you keep a good formation and you stay on my wing, you're going to be turning at a standard rate with me. That's a fair point. I can't. I think it's at I on the DDI page. It's underneath the attitude indicator. So if you pull up the DDI, the ADF. Holy God, I cannot talk. If you, it's been a long day. If you pull up the ADI on the DDI, the just beneath the artificial horizon is your standard rate indicator. So like when we're doing combat air patrol and we're setting up a cap track, that's the display that I'm using turning outbound. Well, that's the display I was using in the beginning. Now I'm looking at the standby indicator, but because it's just faster for me. But but when I was first learning how to set all that up, I was using that ADI page or ADF. I don't give a fuck what it's called. Um, it's a support page. Yeah. I I think it's gonna be I think it's shit button. See, that's 15, 16 or 17, I think is what it's gonna be. All right, we got 14. Boom.
Am I
I'll be
missing
right
you
back.
guys
Yep.
in the server?
No, I'm
I don't see
booting.
either of you guys in the server.
Because I'm not yet.
Okay, good. Because I'm slotted into Sting 2 or 1-2 and looking at very empty neighbors.
Yeah, we weren't really supposed to jump in until 21:15.
Well, I'm in the briefing. I'm not in fly. I've just
Right, but
slotted into
you're
the jet.
right.
Oh,
We weren't supposed
that's
to
too
join.
early.
Yeah, I think we weren't really supposed to join the server until 21:15. But it's whatever. It doesn't actually matter.
The other two
21:15.
flights are full. So
Oh,
whatever.
okay. Well, then we're wrong, or I'm wrong,
I think
rather.
so.
All right, head setting up.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in.
And I'm gonna have to adjust this damn kneeboard.
Using virtual kneeboard.
Yeah. It's
Me
way
too.
off in fucking La La Land again.
I can screenshot my position.
I don't know why it just doesn't stay where I set it when I set it, you know?
I create a new profile, like instead of the default.
Oh. Well, this is fucking bad.
What?
No sound. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. This is bad. I have no sound. I hate how it does this. I don't even know why it does it half the time. Oh no, not adjust controls. Shit, this is gonna put me behind timeline.
I think I have sound. Oh.
Nope, I gotta
I don't have.
restart DCS. Shit. Wait. No,
Oh,
I
I
don't.
hear sound now.
I do too. We're good. Perfect.
That was weird.
Alright, I'm gonna mute Discord.
All right, muting Discord.
Yeah, we're real professional here. Real professional here.
We doing a hot start or ground start, whatever it is?
Yeah, alert 5. Ah, fuck. God dang it.
Yeah, we're doing the alert 5. So use your ground power.
Okay.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
Copy.
power is now on.
Request rearming.
Copy. Rearming complete.
Sting 3, Sting 1, go ahead.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Sting 3, Sting 1, say again. Roger. Confirm which radio for 161, 1 or 2. Oh, Roger. We'll do 1.
Yeah, you can select which radio gets encrypted with the HUD white balance switch. All players, encryption set Oscar. I repeat, Oscar.
Oh, fuck.
Sting 1-3 checking in on 161.
Come on, fuck.
Sting 1-3, that was in the red. Agreed, I haven't heard anything, had some ground power issue. What's the code we're using today? It's on the keyboard.
What time is it?
Sting 3-1, Sting 2-1, 161 in the green, red. I have you in the green on 161. Sting 2-1 in the green. Sting 3-1, Sting 3-1, and Charlie in the green.
Sting 1-1, checking in 161 in the green. Sting 1 flight, check in, button 1, comm 2, in the red.
Sting 3 checking in, comm 2 in the red.
Sting 1-3, Sting 1-1, got you, 5x5. Sting 1-2, what's your status?
Checking Sting 1-2, checking channel, comm 2 in red.
I flight, check in on mids 1.
Two, checking in on mids 1. You got me on mids 1?
Got you, 5x5 too.
Capture code.
Book, are you up on mids 1?
Stingrays, Sting 2 is ready to spool.
Sting 1-2, Sting 1-1, make sure you are on mids mic. Mids mic.
And all players check beacons off.
Ion, check your board number. Same for you, Book. Say again, the last station.
This is 3.
Sting 1-3, Sting 1-1. Make sure you are tuned to mids mic. Mids mic. Check your ramrod.
What was the ramrod call out though? I missed that.
I will give it to you on an encrypted channel. Make sure you are on mids mic. Check the knee boards for the ramrod. Sting
One,
3,
this is 3.
Sting 1. Got you 5x5, 3.
So what's the 161?
It's Oscar. Sting 3, Sting 1. Debrief item, we need to set a specific time for the mission commander to give out the encryption code.
Okay.
Sting 1-3 checking in 161.
I haven't called in for the check-in yet, Book. You're fine.
Okay, I thought I was behind.
1-3, I got you 5x5.
Sting 1 flight, check-in, button 1 in the green.
Sting 1-2 checking in at button 1. Sting 1-3 checking in, button 1 in the green.
Okay, guys, calm brevity. When I call for a check-in on a freak, you don't gotta say all that. Just 2, 3. Okay?
Okay.
Turn that to standby. By the way, Nellis Taycan is channel 2 or channel 1-2 X-ray. And when able, push button 6 on COM2. Sting 1 flight, check in, button 6 in the red.
Sting 3 fuel planner is correct.
Beautiful.
What does it say that's wrong?
Good to go.
It says Sting 3 is going fighter to 62 Alpha Bravo. That it does.
So check your beacon lights, guys. Okay, did I miss?
Stingrays, Sting 2 is ready to run them up and go.
Sting 1's ready.
Sting 3 ready.
I think I might have started my engines.
Stingrays, run them up.
Alright, so it's like 3,000 foot per minute is the minimum climb rate, or as you were, 2,000 feet per minute, just under. Oops. Yeah, that, nope. We need HSI. No. Fucking. There we go. It runs off. There we go.
taxi.
2-3, what's your guys' startup status?
Same for me.
You guys are both good to go?
Give me one mic and I'm good.
Roger. Sting 3, Sting 1 flight will be ready to go in 1 mic.
Make sure you disconnect ground power.
Good call.
Chief, turn off the ground power.
Good call.
Copy. Ground power is now off.
Three's good, taxi.
Two, you're good to taxi?
Three's got an FCS error. One.
Is it the aileron error they were talking about?
Oh, yeah. What's the debrief on that?
Allegedly you just had to run the FCS bit test, but I just did that and it didn't clear it. So the aircraft should still fly just fine. At least according to Chatterbox.
Okay. I was in the middle of FCS bit, but I'm all good now.
I also just cycled my FCS circuit breakers. Sting 3, Sting 1 flight. We've got that aileron error. We're trying to clear it because my ailerons aren't responding.
Hey, sir, a few of us have the same error, but our ailerons are responding, so... Sting 2's jets are clean.
Okay, so if you run the full FCS bit and then reset your FCS, you'll still have two X's for some reason, but your ailerons will start responding.
Yeah, I pulled the plugs on the breakers and ran the bit again. I mean, they're working.
Okay, as long as your flight controls are responding to inputs, then we're good, I think. Your flight controls back online too?
Three's good to go.
How about you two?
I think two.
Ion, are you good?
Do you hear me on channel 1?
Did you just transmit on channel 1?
Roger, let's try channel 3 now.
We're all tuned on channel 1. Don't worry about channel 3.
Roger. Alright, so I was talking on channel 3, so now I'm on 1. I'm good to go.
Okay. Both you guys, Ion and Book, turn your beacons off.
Beacon is what, strobe?
Yes.
It's the hardest to reach switch.
Yeah, you gotta move your head around a little bit.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
That quick taxi.
No, it's thing 2, flight of 3 F-18s, taxiing runway 03 for departure to the west from Gulf Revetment, Nellis.
Nellis traffic, Sting 1 flight, taxiing to runway 03 right for the Fighter 6 departure, Nellis. I-1's rolling. I had honestly forgotten how close they were.
I didn't change my board number.
Well, we're... Yeah, well, a little late now.
Yep, oh well.
Alright, we're gonna do a section takeoff, so Ion, you and I, and then Bookworm follow us at a 10-second interval. We'll do brakes off, we'll go full mill, and then I'll call burner. And then we'll rotate and gear up, and then we're gonna fly the Fighter 6 departure. I'm gonna maintain 300 knots, to make the rejoin easier.
Two.
300 knots on the rejoin.
Actually, book 5 seconds.
Gaff.
Nellis traffic, Sting 1 flight of 3 F-18s moving into position, runway 03 right for the Fighter 6 departure, Nellis.
Nellis traffic, Sting 2 holding short, runway 03 right. Nellis.
Sting 3, Sting 1, that was on 161.
Thank you.
Choose green.
Nellis traffic, Sting 1 flight of 3 F-18s departing runway 03 right, Nellis. Alright, brakes off, full mill.
Sting 1, check beacon.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
And burn. And off the burner.
Nellis traffic, Sting 2 taking runway 03 right for Fighter 6 departure. Nellis.
Hey, 2, go ahead and move over to my left side.
2.
575. Protocol 14.1.
Wee, wake turn.
No, I didn't forget to fucking arm my ejector seat.
Resaddle.
Alright, let's start that standard rate turn over to the 270 radial. Alright, come on. Where? There it is. Alright, let's roll it out. Alright, we're going to climb to 14,000. That's our next target altitude.
Let's verify we're on waypoint 1.
Roger. Waypoint 1 is fighter.
Copy. Can concur.
Well, that intercept came up a little faster than I thought it would. Probably should have had a softer angle. Alright, roll out.
Breeze breaking.
Are you back visual 3?
Yep, visual.
Alright, roger.
It was like surfing on something there. City looks really good in VR.
Yeah, it really does.
Like, I'm impressed. What's your heading?
Right now, 261, but that's fitting to change once we're fully on the course line.
I just need something to reference.
My wing's a good place.
Eh. Not when I'm just seeing a tube.
You're just seeing a 2?
Yeah, it's perpendicular to you.
You're not lagged out, are you?
No.
Alright, let's take it up to 0.64 Mach, or 0.65 Mach.
I'm stable now.
Alright, so at 29 DME, yeah, fighter. Or is that 33 DME? That might be 33 DME. Alright, there's 33. Let's pick it up to 0.7. And turn heading 319 is going to be our reference heading. Nellis traffic, Sting 1 flight is at fighter, proceeding is for ACK Nellis.
Still cool to look over.
Sorry, real quick. Actual reference heading is going to be 321. Now, what were you saying, Book?
It's cool to look over, see some glowy dots, press the reseat button for Jahimix, and see the other fly.
Yeah, it is.
How do I get my mouse pointer back?
You hit a button, did you? Or
Left alt C, I think it is.
something like that.
I think the battery may have died. Fucker.
Open the cockpit, throw it out.
Okay. We'll level off at 25,000. Whoops. That's a bit better. Two, you doing all right back there?
I am. I'm catching up and giving my mouse a minute to charge, and then I need to pull back in range. I'm at your 7 o'clock, about a quarter mile.
Yeah, no, I'm visual on you.
All right, Lee. What's your smash?
0.76 coming down to 0.75.
2.
Lag spike.
Yeah, I saw that. You just rubber band into nothing.
No, you did.
Yeah, okay. Alright, 2. Go ahead and anchor here. Left standard rate, Angels 2-5. Book and I will go first, and that'll give you some time to get your stuff charged up, okay?
2.
Alright, Book. Let's see here. Alright, let's turn heading 270.
We putting the gun in sim mode.
A-firm.
Sweet.
Once we roll out on 270, Book, go ahead and fence in.
Three's fenced in 12.5.
And one's fenced in 12.3. Okay. I know Wrench briefed that the hard deck was the ground. We're not doing that. Hard deck for us is going to be 10,000 feet. That'll keep us above any terrain. So, go.
10,000 foot.
Yep. There's a way to set that, too. And I don't remember.
Can't I put that in the HSI?
Yeah, there's a way to do it. I don't exactly remember, so just keep an eye on your altitude. Go ahead and get up online with me. Once you're online, we'll do our 45-degree cutaways.
Working.
I say, please don't lock me up. Well, yet.
Alright, I got the 10,000 hard deck set.
Roger.
Give her some burner, I'll catch back up.
Roger. Also, Buddy Spike.
Yeah, it keeps locking you up. There, am I off yet?
Negative.
Flight Stingray 33, Colt Buster. Stingray 31 has ripped off his wing and has ejected.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Roger, Colt Buster.
Okay, I'm with you.
Alright, 3. So we'll do 45 degrees offset, which for me is going to be 225? Yeah, 225 for me and 315 for you. And we're going to fly that for 15 seconds on my mark. Yeah, 15 seconds on my mark. Ready?
Ready.
Mark. And we'll maintain Mach 0.75 until we get to the merge and standard rate turns.
Okay. Already screwed up the standard rate.
How do I restart track IR in DCS?
You kind of don't.
Unplug the USB and plug it back in.
Yeah, I'll try that next.
Alright, brake, brake, brake. Book, turn back in, standard rate. You're heading 180, my heading 360.
180.
Altitude, we'll do 25300.
25300, I got you on the JMX. 8 miles out. Keeping you off my left. visual 3 miles out. I'm a little low.
Fights on, fights on. Watch the hard deck book.
I'm at 12.
There he is. All right, 30 more seconds.
Hard deck, hard deck.
All right, knock it off, knock it off, knock it off.
Out to the west.
Where do I set the altitude in my computer for the hard deck?
All right.
Under the
No, go ahead, book. Sorry.
under the HSI. Go to data. And then OSB 1 is AC. And then OSB 15, you'll see Barrow. Press that button, the UFC will come up, put in 10,000. And Sam's your uncle.
Roger.
All right, 2. I'm gonna roll out heading 3. Excuse me. I'm gonna roll out heading 090. Current altitude Angels 18, and we'll climb back up to 25.
Copy. What was that rollout since I'm ahead of you?
090.
09.
I'm visual on you passing off of your left wing. A little bit below you, but I'm going faster.
No visual on you. I got you on SA though.
What's your fuel?
Tally.
What's your fuel state 3?
10.4.
Copy. 2, what's your fuel state?
Alright.
11.2.
Copy.
I'm forming up on you.
Roger. Alright, once we rejoin, I've got the lowest fuel state. I'm at 9.2 right now. So I'm going to anchor 3. You're going to lead 2 off on heading 270 like we did. Same profile, 45-degree cutaway from line abreast, guns in sim mode, all that good jazz. Roger?
Roger.
Alright, 2. We're about 11 miles, as you were. We're like 24 miles from you, heading straight back to you. Once we get there, you're going to form up on Book's wing, and you guys are going to go off and do a 1v1.
Chip.
Book, for the sake of fuel, try to keep your engagement to 2 or 3 minutes.
Copy. What's your smash?
I'm 358.
Copy.
Need me to slow down?
No. I'm good.
Roger. Oh. Wonder what that airstrip at our 9 o'clock low is. I don't reckon I've ever seen that before.
Is that Betty?
Is it Betty?
It might be. I think it is. Yeah, I did a Gazelle mission out of that.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Maybe not Betty, but it's underneath Tonopah.
Right.
I'll have to look this up, but I think it's Beatty, like Ed Beatty, Warren Beatty.
He's from
Betty.
Kansas. He's from Kansas. You can't hold mispronunciations against him.
Well, I'm from the South, so yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're from the
Yes,
land
ma'am.
of... You're from the land of did you?
Y'all come back now, you hear?
I was in Georgia.
Alright, 2.
I was in Georgia, and this farmer, he played a trick on me. He let me milk his bull.
1, I'm leaving you, and I'm picking up 2.
Copy. 1, I'm going to anchor at waypoint 2 here. 2, do you have visual on
2.
us?
Roger, 1, I do.
Alright, good to go. Form up on 3.
Turn heading 270. And I'm gonna head out 270.
2.
And then I'll join you and pass you.
Right. Best endurance, Mach 0.57.
Alright,
Alrighty.
3, I have visual. I'll form up on your way.
I'll hold Mach 7.
Roger, I'm speeding up now.
One, what was the heading you cut off to last time?
225.
Alright, 2. You're gonna head 225 when I say, and I'm gonna head 315.
2.
Ardex 10, let's get up to 26,000.
2.
See if I'm actually at a standard rate or not.
Alright, standard rate turn to your assigned heading in 3, 2, 1, go.
I feel like I'm doing better than standard rate, though. This feels very fast. Oh, yeah, holy crap.
And then we will turn into each other in 3, 2, 1, go. So you should be heading
Standard rate
36.
turn back in.
Yep. Okay, there's 5 mile separation. I got you.
2 cent.
Okay, we're gonna pass on the right hand side, it looks like.
So, why isn't this
3,
working?
2,
Stand by.
1, fights on.
Jiminy Christmas, guys. Alright, you know, we're gonna go half standard rate. Yeah, I'm really bad at BFM now. I used to be decent, but I'm pretty bad. I gotta work on it.
Stingray 3 is at Bingo and is on D.
You visual on me?
I am.
Good, because I lost you.
Guns, guns, guns.
Fuck.
Oh. Nice kill, Ion. Nice kill.
Thank you, sir. Alright, knock it off, knock it off.
I'm gonna head 090.
2. I am just about saddled.
There you are. I think I had a gun kill early on.
You may have, I lost the visual.
I passed over you.
Yeah, and then I turned back and hit the hard deck and came up on you.
Nice. Okay, I got one off like 100.
Yeah, I'm in a right-hand orbit. 2 and 3, what are your fuel states?
2 is 8.2.
8.0.
Good copy. 1 is 7.9. So I think we've got enough fuel for Ion and I to go off, and at a minimum we got enough fuel for that, and then we'll evaluate offensive, defensive.
2. 3.
Doesn't look like we've got tanker support today, so I don't think. Yeah, we're going to be kind of beholden to the 5,000-pound Joker limit.
Last time Box and I jumped up to like 42,000 and cruised over on Ebb Pass to tank. So we got that as an option. That said, it was a 100-mile trip both ways.
Yeah, we don't have a tanker either, so.
Roger that.
Oh, cool. A button on my pin is gear.
Did you just put your landing gear down?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I hope none of your doors broke off. Two, are you in a position to do a BDA?
I will be in a moment.
I am off your 5 o'clock. I'll climb
Well,
up to you.
Yeah, I have visual next.
I'm gonna hold 100.
Sting 2, Sting 1.
Go for Sting 2.
Roger, Sting 2. Be advised, Sting 1's low state is 7.7, and we're about to do our final iteration of the head-on 1v1 BVR. We may or may not have the fuel to do the offensive-defensive.
Copy.
3, you look good from here.
Now let's traffic Stingray 3,
That's it.
15, following exit approach, runway 21 left, Alice.
3, it looks like you're real high AOA though. You can speed up if you need to.
Yeah, I'm looking for that control. Yeah, let's see.
You okay yet, 3?
Alright, I'm back. Go ahead and rejoin with 1.
2.
2, go ahead and turn 270, and we'll work the rejoin.
2.
Are you visual on me?
Roger.
Alright, good to go. Visual on you.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that gear came down.
I never saw it come down.
Oh, I was quick on the bringing it back up.
Well, you were clean when I gave you a look see.
Right, that's good.
Two, I'm gonna hold 0.7 for a rejoin.
Roger, I'm coming up to 0.6 and accelerating to 23.5.
Roger, I'm gonna actually slow it down then to expedite your rejoin here. What's your smash to?
Mach 0.74.
Roger, I'm gonna hold 0.66.
I'm creeping up on you, just never as fast as you want.
Man, having my feet up on these pedals that much makes my damn heels go numb.
North traffic, Stingrays 3, exiting vertical runway 3 north. Weather Tower 623, exiting runway 2 left at Bravo, back to Gulf. Action 22.
Alright, 1, I'm set.
Alright, Roger. Once you get up line abreast, we'll get started.
Hey, 1 is 3.
Go ahead, 3.
I got Texaco up.
So there is a tanker. How far away?
Can't be that far. Just not getting a range on them.
Well, play with it. I know it's kind of buggy. But, alright. 2, you remember your reference heading?
Yes, sir. 225.
Alright, so we're going to hold Mach 0.68. Standard rate turn offset 45 degrees, and I'll call our turn in. Ready? Or, I guess the call is Speed and Angels on the right. Yours is
Speed and Angels on the left.
Alright. Take a cut.
Two is a 225.
Alright, start to turn in. Still maintain that 0.68.
Roger.
And a standard rate.
That's right, put the dipper under the right block, correct?
Correct.
Just for your information, text goes 100 nautical miles and closing.
Roger. Alright, we're going to pass right to right.
Roger.
Alright, fights on, fights on.
Guns.
Alright, knock it off, knock it off, knock it off.
that was cool watching from the third person.
Had a couple snapshots, but I couldn't keep my pip around long enough.
And that's why snapshots don't count.
Also, why I didn't call them.
It's a good fight.
No traffic, Sting 2 passing strike for landing runway 21 right, Nellis.
Alright, sounds like,
Checking in.
yeah, Sting 2's heading back, so we're going to head back as well. We'll rejoin at waypoint 2 and then head for the strike arrival.
2.
3.
What's your fuel state, 2?
5.1.
Copy. 3, what's yours?
6.4.
Roger, and 1's 5.2. Alright, go ahead, both you guys fence out when able.
Three. 2.
What was that Las Vegas tack in?
12. X-ray.
No, that's Nellis.
Is it 11? Negative.
I'm looking on the approach plate. It is a visual approach procedure, but you know what? It does still use the Nellis TACAN, because the Nellis TACAN is Lima Sierra Victor. Okay, yeah, so I had that wrong. It's still 1-2 X-ray, the Nellis TACAN.
Okay.
Nellis, Sting 2-1 passing gas peak, Nellis.
Oh, now this is LSV. Okay.
Yep.
1. What's your smash?
315.
My orbit's pushed me down south
Bingo.
of the actual
Bingo.
waypoint, so I'll catch you guys.
No worries, you're coming straight at us. If you just want to offset a little bit, we're heading direct to waypoint 2 before we proceed on.
Yep. I'll intercept 2 to 3.
Roger.
I got you guys in scope.
Okay, so we're gonna fly heading 080 from strike, and
536. Hornet ball. 8.5.
whoops, that wasn't me. No, we're gonna fly the heading 080 strike. We should be at LSV 28026, and then at LSV 29614 we've got to be at 9,500 feet. Then at gas peak we have to be 8,500, and we'll know we're there 30712. And then we'll continue to fly heading 080 until we intercept LSV 0259, and that's how we know we're on the we've intercepted the approach course.
Nellis, Sting 2
second number is the distance DME from TAC-in.
A-firm. Alright, and book, our smash is tree 09.
309, I'm gonna have you at 320.
Yeah, Roger, I'm visual on you. Just come off the smash some and we'll overtake you before too long.
Yep. What was that heading you got?
Currently 124.
I'm gonna slam on the brakes and they'll fly by.
So anyway, St. Peter, that's how I ended up here.
Got an AOA of 15.
Yeah, that looks kind of crazy from here. We're going to start a nice semi-gentle descent down to 15,000. And we'll come down to 0.65 on the speed.
For a minute there, you guys look like A10.
No, it's stick to one of the brake.
Why? 'Cause we're going slow?
No, just VR jumbo pixels.
Oh, Raj.
No, it's stick to the brake.
You said you're going down to 6.5.
Yeah, Mach 0.65, and we're going to descend down to Angels 1.5.
Now stick to 3 in the brake.
So when do we put the beacon light back on?
Honestly, I'm not sure. The whole keep the beacons off in the briefing kind of threw me for a loop, because that's not a normal procedure. So, it's a good question.
Is that a today thing?
That's my guess.
Okay. So I know the beacon on the ground, it's because, hey, I'm a jet spoolie thing. Watch out.
Right. Let's just go ahead and turn them on now. Alright, 8 miles to strike. Wrench didn't do too bad a job of placing these waypoints down. It's pretty damn close.
I was telling Cobb this last Tuesday, I'm gonna find that iron flag,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a gas station on the approach. And Cobb was like, yeah, I've got a hot dog at that gas station before.
That's funny. Also, of course he has.
Alright.
My dad used to tell stories about going out to Yuma and getting like the original nachos from whatever place.
Traffic, still 225.
From Chef Ignacio himself.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I've never been to this state.
Alright, there's strike. Nellis traffic, Sting 1 flight of 3 F-18s is at strike, inbound runway 21 left, full stop Nellis.
Stingray 2-1, clearly active. Dallas.
Alright, so there's 080. We're gonna continue to the left just a little bit because our turn was a little wider than it had to be. And let's start heading downhill. Next hard deck is 9,500 at gas peak, DME 14. And we'll head back to 080 on the heading.
Dallas traffic, Sting 2-2, clearly active. Dallas.
$600 to go, 500 to go.
Altitude. Altitude.
Dallas traffic, Sting 2-3, clear of 215 at Bravo, taxi California.
Alright, we were on time, on altitude.
Bravo, is it?
Nellis traffic,
Damn.
Sting 1 flight is at gas peak.
Lee, what's your smash?
352. Let's start heading down. Next hard deck is 4,500.
So I should go trail.
No.
Or I could go
We'll
trail.
we'll do a break to the right, which is a little different than the carrier, but we got those mountains there.
Copy.
So go ahead and switch left echelon.
Coming behind. Yeah, that group of buildings off to our right's like the gas station truck stop.
Oh, I see. Right on the highway there.
Yeah, right where our waypoint's taking us.
Very nice. Alright, let's slow it down to 350 knots. Nellis traffic, Sting 1 flight is at Apex, inbound for the overhead, 21 left, Nellis. Now remember, guys, this is going to be a break to the right, so it's going to feel a little different, okay? But the checkpoints should still be the same.
2.
3.
I definitely almost said hooks down.
Toy, toy, toy. 2, you gotta squeeze up on them.
Forgot the ground drops away. Sting 1's in the break.
Sting 130 in the break. Sting 130 in the break.
Yeah, I definitely closed the distance way more than I should have. Nellis traffic, Sting 1-1, short final, runway 21 left, full stop, Nellis.
Dallas traffic, Sting 1-2, short final. Full stop. 2-1 left, Dallas. Dallas Tower, Sting 1-3, short final, 2-1 left, full stop.
Sting 1-1's clear the clear 2-1 left at Bravo, taxiing southwest ramp or southeast ramp, Nellis. Well, I've definitely had worse flights, though I am clearly...
Dallas traffic, Sting 1-2 is clear of the active infection in the weather bank.
Astra.
1211, you just transmitted on 161. Hey, 2, check your speed brake.
Six.
What about 6?
Nellis Tower, Sting 1-3, exiting active runway.
Hey, Book, would everybody on Nellis know what the active is necessarily?
No.
Oh, man. Ooh. Man, that phone is alright.
Did you tell me you drifted into the spot? Let's get out of here.
Just about.
Wow. Alright. Alright, let's move. Ion, move. bookworm. And oh, whoops. That was dumb of me. Ready room. Okay, he's in there. Good.
3 because that GIF is very pretty.
Ugh, all right. Debrief time. Debrief time.
I achieved it.
I'm gonna take it under advisement. I feel like that's why God created mock awards. Chatterbox, he killed someone with turbulence. For real? I'm looking. What the? My God, man. Yeah. Nasty. Yeah, I can. I'm kind of fucking OBS at the moment. But all right. So official, yeah. I don't know. I'm still here. Oh, that's silly. A vertical loop, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Yeah, for real. Oh, man. Oh, god dang it.
Yeah, Mayo got the kill coming out of the bottom. Meh.
Yep, that is a classic tracking gun skill.
Yeah. All right, and then so this is Buzz second defensive.
This is where I committed a crime against my jet. Or two.
Did you pull the paddle switch?
No, I actually don't think I did.
Oh, okay. Well, then it couldn't have been that bad.
Oh man, that was a dirty reverse. Oh, that was dirty.
Which one am I? I already lost it.
You're this.
Okay, yep, I remember that. I remember looking out in front of me and seeing a cliff wall.
Yeah, that was just a nice little dirty, quick
Yeah, that was really
reverse
good.
in the vertical. And then it was just a matter of, oh no, I thought it was just a matter of running them down, but oh no, this is the one that just kind of kept going, and then Mayo got stuck in the bubble.
Mm.
I do remember seeing that. Yeah, so we go back into the scissors. Ooh, actually, that was a nice little reverse.
I think I was above him. This is
Yeah.
This is the point when you mentioned I was in burner because I was trying to keep my nose way above his nose.
Right. So this is where we basically just do the classic, like, drawing of the scissors for like 8 minutes.
And this is where I got tired.
Right.
And I killed him in that turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so you know, sometimes when you chop out of the scissors, you can make something happen. All right, so then Mayo only got one defensive run for fuel. And we'll just zip through this pretty quick. So then again, you know, classic back into the scissors. Mayo playing to his strengths here. But yeah, that was a good maneuver, Buzz. You know, stand behind him, and then bam, gun skill. All right, so then after that, we RTB. My arrival pattern was a little bit messy, but you know, not horribly so. I floated on the landing, which sucked. Like that's one of those hurts your pride kind of landings. Like right there, I think I'm down, air brake, and it floated up and then had to settle back down. Like, damn it.
You're pretty heavy though. You had way more fuel than we did.
Yeah.
I might have had one of the softest landings I've ever had.
Let's see, how did Mayo do? A little bit long. Yeah. Mayo, was that a little bumpy?
I don't remember there being a bump, but it looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be multiplayer, but you know, it's a Navy jet. I'll give it to you. All right.
I don't like being as tall as I am, anyways.
I could lose an inch.
Yeah.
Little compression, spine compression, sure.
Oh, buttered it. But here's the question: how far down the runway did you fly?
About a third.
I went into the flare 1/10 of a mile before
Why?
the touchdown marks.
Why did you flare at all? It's a Navy
When
jet.
When I say flare, I just I pulled the power back a little bit, and my nose went up for some reason.
Oh, okay.
It just perfectly arrested, and then main wheels touched, and it just settled down.
Yeah. So no big deal there.
All right.
All right. And Mago.
No, before we move on to my flight, any reattacks from Sting 2? Mayo, Buzz?
I didn't have anything to add other than great fight, Buzz. It was good up there with you.
It was so much fun. You fought great, and nobody ever challenged Mayo to a fight if he's gonna scissors.
So Mayo is the expert at scissoring, is what you're saying.
Oh dear. We went there. We were there for a long time. It was like
Somebody
at least
had.
2 passes. And I think it was like over 2 rounds as well. Even 3 maybe.
So much scissoring.
Fair enough. We've been.
Oh man. All right. So Sting 1 flight, we flew the Fighter 6 departure, flew it by the numbers, and that went fine. We got out to waypoint 2, had Ion anchor at waypoint 2. Book and I headed out to do our first iteration, and it went pretty okay. I discovered I am extremely rusty when it comes to BFM. So yeah, there was the merge, and I'll spare everybody the play-by-play. But neither myself or Book were managing our energy very, very well. But he was doing a little bit better than I was in that category. I was really struggling to keep airspeed on the jet. We audibled a hard deck of 10,000 feet, just to save us from having to climb, all the way back up. So I extended a couple of times trying to get some airspeed back. It went okay, but at no point was I in a really good position for a tracking guns kill, and I managed to keep Book away from a tracking guns kill on me most of the time. Unfortunately, I think it about here is where Book called a hard deck because he went down below it on accident, so we called knock it off. And then we climbed back up and went back to waypoint 2 where Ion was anchoring, and then it was Ion and Bookworm heading out to fight. So, Book, Ion, I'll turn it over to you guys to talk about your fight.
Yeah, it went well until I lost visual. It was very few times I've BFM'd in VR, so my back hurts now because I'm straining to get the looks and whatnot. Early on, I think I had got like a good shot on him, but it was more like a snapshot than anything. And so I didn't call it, continued on. And after, I felt very confident in the beginning, and I was managing my speed a lot better than the first one. But I pass over Ion, and I lose him. Not here. It might be here. And when I lose sight of him, I break off, try regaining speed. Watching Wrench's stream.
Yeah, there you definitely still have eyes on him at this point.
Yeah.
But
there's a point when I fly over him.
I think that might have been it.
That's where you lost me.
Yeah, there we go. And I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking for him. Can't see him. And then I was like, well, shh.
And
then I
got
over the radio. Thank you very much.
I call over the radio, "Do you have eyes on me?" Because I had lost him by then, and he goes, "Guns, guns, guns." I was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah, lose sight, lose the fight, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I lost
Yeah.
sight of him early. I just happened to regain it before he lost sight of me. So it was just one of those. I saw him before he saw me. That's the only difference.
Yep. So then Ion and I headed off to do our fight, and Ion, this merge looked a lot better than the one you had with Bookworm.
Right.
You were in a much better position this time around. Again, I was really struggling to manage my energy. I was trying to, get the aircraft to 325 and hold it there. But it wasn't wanting to do it. And by the time I had gotten that sorted out, Ion was already in a very good position. And then I spent the rest of the fight just trying to shake him, and it really wasn't going well. And then that was where he called guns, 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 and I had eyes on him the whole time, and I'm looking, and I'm like, "Yup, that's a tracking guns kill."
Yeah, he could have called it like any time during this whole turn.
Yeah.
I could have. I couldn't hold the pipper on him for long enough for like a 1-2 count. So when I did get the pipper on him for long enough, like I said, 1,000, 2,000, guns, guns, guns.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, and I looked over and I saw where he was, and I was like, "Yup." So knocked it off.
Okay, so it was. Wow, that's a really high aspect shot.
Is that the one that I took, or?
Yeah. So that's not a
okay.
bad thing. It's just interesting that you got. So basically, what's happening is you're a lot slower than him.
Right.
So this is where so basically what you did is you traded all of your energy for position, which is not a bad thing to do. Clearly it worked. But the thing is you have to make you lined it up, got where you needed to be, and did what you needed to do. If any of those links in the chain break, then you get stuck, what I call stuck in the bubble, which we covered on Thursday, where you're flying a much tighter circle at slower speed, but you're stuck inside, and the other guy is stuck outside. Because, if you try to get out, you're too slow and he'll kill you. If he tries to get in, he's too fast and you'll kill him. So just an interesting thing, what happens in BFM.
Indeed.
Mongo, for what it's worth, I was having trouble getting my airspeed up too, and when we merged, I immediately pulled into a split S because I wanted the big gravity assist to get my airspeed up to cornering. I never could keep it there because you and I were just turning hard. But yeah, that's literally the very first maneuver I pulled was a split S to get some airspeed.
Right.
So
and I was trying to stay above you, keep my altitude, my potential energy advantage.
Right.
But I think what I did was, as you were coming under me, I thought you were going a lot faster than you were. So I rolled over, basically trying to cut you off, and unfortunately what it ended up doing was exactly the right thing for you and exactly the wrong thing for me. So I should have just stayed high and stayed in my turn and watched what you did. I got impatient is really what it boiled down to.
So one of the things I want to point out, this is a good thing to remember. So Ion, watch your speed here. Let me slow this back down. So what can happen when you do a split S is
right.
Yeah, well, it's not so much you were pulling too tight, because you're pulling as tight as you need to pull to get where you want to get. But remember that even if you're headed downhill, if you're pulling, 4 or 5 Gs, you're going to still lose airspeed. That's
right. Yeah, I
the
saw
point
that.
I was going to try
I
to
saw
make.
it in track view. Yeah, at the time, it didn't seem like I was losing that much energy, but now watching it in track view, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe. I got lucky because if he had stayed up there, he would have just dropped right down on my 6.
Right, especially with as slow as you got. But I made that critical mistake at the very beginning, and you ended up being able to kill me.
Well, I made a mistake, but you had made yours before I made mine, so
Yeah.
I got lucky.
Yeah, that's
Did anyone break the hard deck?
No.
Nope.
I was paying attention to it the whole time.
Ion came close. He came within 800 feet of it when he got his kill shot on me, but never broke it.
Right. I was actually watching it this time. Because hard deck, that's what you're supposed to pay attention to.
Right. So, after that, we rejoined, flew the striker arrival by the numbers. Wrench, you did a good job placing the waypoints down because they were pretty damn close to where the procedure said each waypoint on the arrival was. So, good job there. And yeah, we came back. We did we opted for a right-hand brake because of the mountains to the left of 2-1 2-1 left. And yeah, my landing went pretty decent, I thought. And then both Ion and Bookworm were able to taxi back to the ramp, so their landings obviously weren't too bad.
Butter.
Yeah, interestingly, so the procedure basically tells you, I read it recently, you're supposed to overfly the Fox ramp and then do a left-hand brake.
Mm.
And that gives you the space you need not to hit the mountains.
I see. That makes sense.
But yeah, I've made the exact same call on previous hops. All right, let's all mercilessly judge Mongo's landing.
Judging you.
Hey, it's okay. You can judge.
A little extra,
Pretty good to me.
All right, whatever. Fuck.
Judge my landing, man. You can judge me harshly.
I mean, so your approach was cleaner.
My approach then.
I was a little fast on my descent, but pulled it right back. So
yeah, so you're a little bit high, no big deal. Buttered it.
Yeah,
nice.
that looks pretty all right to me.
Yeah.
It felt all right. I hit it about 800 feet per minute instead of 750, but I'll take it.
Yeah,
it's a Navy jet.
It can.
And
take
you
it.
weren't 3/4 of the way down the runway like certain other motherfuckers were. So. Buzz.
Hey.
Hey, I made the Bravo turn off. What the heck?
It's harsh all of a sudden.
Yeah, and they had to use fire extinguishers on your brakes, Buzz.
I didn't even use brakes till I was below 80.
Uh-huh.
Stood all over mine.
I think you actually may have buttered it a little too much. Yeah, you see how hard the nose gear came down.
Thunk. It's all right. Bookworm didn't need his fillings in the back anyway.
Right?
The only squadron level debrief item I have is for mission commanders or flight leads, whomever is responsible for declaring the encryption for the day. We need to start setting a mission time, a dedicated mission time, where that is going to get put out, because my flight had briefed at 21:20 real world time is when I was going to call the radio checks, and Cobb had put out the encryption at like 2116 or something, 2116 or 2117, and it caused all kinds of problems with my flight trying to do our comm checks according to the plan, because now, the encryption is in the way. So for mission planners and mission commanders, that's something we have to start doing, is actually having a dedicated T plus however much time for the encryption to be put out, or start briefing the encryption during the briefing. One of the two. I'm kind of okay with using the ramrod to give the encryption once we're all loaded in. I think the benefit of that is it's made everybody very quickly internalize how to read the ramrod.
True.
So there's definitely a bit of a benefit there, and it is kind of a nice little bit of immersion, but we need to structure it somehow. Because what happened today isn't the first time it's happened. It's just the first time it annoyed me enough to go, okay, actually, we need to do something about this.
Because there was encryption noises. I was trying to get a hold of Mongo, and then I wasn't picking up what you were saying about going mids mic. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Because I was on mids 3, and then I figured out you were talking as channel 1. So, but I had no radios in the beginning. And then when I finally got radios, it was nothing but encryption noises. I was like, what the hell? Like,
right. Yeah. So, that's the only squadron level, like, commander's notes debrief items that I have. Wrench, any reattacks, final thoughts?
Nothing major. I think regarding the encryption, the other big thing is just to make sure that, like,
oh shoot,
damn it, there's a perfect cliche for what I'm trying to say, but there are things where you can hurry and things that you can't. And radios are definitely one of those things that you can't. So, like, making sure that we've got good solid radio checks prior to trying to deal with anything else is definitely paramount. So basically what had happened is I had told Cobb that I was ready, and then he waited about, I don't know, 30 seconds or a minute, and then gave the encryption setting without waiting for hearing from you.
Right.
So that's one of those things where, especially with radios, you got to make sure you've got the checks before you move on.
And that's something else that, for guys who are going to be filling that mission commander slot, when you're the mission commander, you basically need to have a notepad, and you're writing stuff down, who has checked in, who hasn't, so that you can maintain your SA, because flight leads just got to worry about their flights, section leads just got to worry about their one wingman, but mission commanders got to worry about all the flights and all the sections and everything. So, in addition to whatever other forces are in the AO, and naturally this doesn't, this isn't a dig at anyone, but it's good knowledge to have, since everybody eventually is gonna or should be proficient enough to be able to be a mission commander at some point down the line. So yeah, Reg, I agree with your sentiment 100% that before the encryption goes out, we need to have the mission commander needs to have positive radio checks from all of the flights, and then they can put out the encryption. So maybe that's something we could talk about over the course of the week. Possibly adding that to the to the mission commander SOP.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the SOP, I think, at the end of the workup cycle is due for a a lot of upgrades.
Agreed. Okay, Anything else from you?
No, I think we're squared away.
Okay. Ion, Mayo, Bookworm, Buzz. Any final reattacks from you guys?
I'm good.
No.
Nothing for Buzz.
All right. Well, with
good.
that, what was that?
All good.
All right. Well, with that, bars open. Good flight, gentlemen. And let
Bars
the
open.
let the bullshit.
Bars open and stream stop.
Yeah. So there I was, shredded on a 6.
So anyway, that's the third time I got crabs.
Exactly.
Hey, Ranch.
That was the perfect thing to end on. Yeah.
Do you have in tech view? Is there a way to use a marker, like to draw? Saw it on Growling Sidewinder's video, and I don't know if that's just post or.
I assume it's post.
Okay, so that's gonna do it for us today. You know, for anybody who's watching, I want to say thank you. You know, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Today was kind of helter skelter is a word. You know, it's definitely I definitely had some issues with the stream in the beginning. Had some Oh shit. Sorry guys. I totally forgot I hadn't muted myself. I had muted everything except Discord. I went wait a minute.
Gossip 2.0 now.
I was like, wait a minute. Why the fuck did that come through so clearly? I definitely muted that. Nope. All right, well, if anybody needs me, I'm going to be walking into a lake. All right.
You'd make a great airline pilot.
Well, that's the idea. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't want to fly those big old tube liners with all those people in them. Boxes, different story. People, not so much. Although there was that FedEx plane that got hijacked by that guy with a hammer.
Yeah. Wanted to try to kill he was committing suicide.
Yeah, he was trying to commit suicide, and the pilots fought back. Too bad they never were able to fly again. That was a sad story.
With a hammer.
Screaming?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He used a ball peen hammer. Clubbed both of them in the side of the head, and but one dude like fought through it and like was still this was a DC-10 back in the 80s,
early 90s, I think.
Or one of the two, but yeah, it was a DC-10, and the captain was able to like subdue the guy somehow, even though he had like a caved in skull, and the first officer with his caved in skull was able to land the airplane safely. And they both survived. But I don't think either of them were ever able to fly again because of the extent of the injuries on their brains.
They are not. I knew both of those guys. My dad flew DC-10s for FedEx at the time. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Jim Tucker was one of my dad's good friends, and I knew the pilot by name. When they mentioned him, I was like, yeah, I think I remember that guy. But yeah, I knew Jim Tucker fairly well.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. Small damn world.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like I said, that was, 94. My dad was flying. He flew DC-10s for FedEx. I remember hearing about it on the news and going, Dad, you okay? So yeah, it was kind of wild.
Yeah. But, that doesn't happen very often. No. So I'd rather fly boxes than people, if I'm being honest.
That's fair.
Plus,
that was his thing. My
Boxes
dad was
don't complain.
antisocial enough that he did not want to deal with people.
Boxes
Can't
do
say I blame him.
not complain. They do catch fire though, which is its own problem.
Yeah, but I mean, airplanes catch fire, so I feel like you have that covered to such a degree it really doesn't make any further difference.
That's true.
Yeah. Also, people aren't really fireproof either.
No, they're not.
That's
But
also true.
but people don't really combust normally. Like under normal circumstances, you have to
Yeah, like-
do things. I
Yeah,
should
the
have
auto
stopped.
ignition.
I
the
should
auto
have
ignition
stopped
temperature-
this stream
Yeah.
like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but I mean, I did try. No, but the auto ignition temperature for human flesh, I think, is significantly higher than that of cardboard.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. Plus, to my knowledge, no cargo aircraft has been brought down by fire since that UPS 747 in the, was that the early 2000s? Or maybe it was the late 2000s, but there was a shipment of lithium-ion batteries back before lithium-ion batteries were like really heavily regulated. And they caught fire in the hold. Something with like the pressure differential or something, but they ended up catching fire and set the entire hold aflame, and the cockpit filled with so much smoke the first officer couldn't see the panel even though it was like right in front of him. And he ended up crashing into an airport somewhere, trying to put the plane down. But I mean, like ever since then, I don't think a single cargo airplane has been brought down by fire. And honestly, my biggest concern is a load shifting.
Oh, like that 747 out of Bagram?
Yep, the National Air 74 out of Bagram. Yep, that's the one.
That is tough to watch.
It was. I remember watching it back when I was still in the Army, and it was just like, oh, shit. And like I watched a documentary on that particular crash a couple of months ago now. Maybe it was like 6 months ago. But like the cockpit voice recorder recorded the pilot, the captain, and the first officer, and the relief captain, the relief pilot, like joking about how they weren't 100% sure about how good those chains were holding those vehicles down. And like when the relief captain who was monitoring the loading told the captain what was up, the captain was like, oh, well, that's it, I'm getting off this plane, and then they all had a good laugh. And like I was like, gee, holy fucking premonition, Batman. Like,
yeah.
You have a link to this?
So then, was
Yeah,
the
you have a
captain
link. I
like,
wrote in.
to the documentary? Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up.
so after that actually happened, like, after the incident started, does the black box have a recording of the first officer being like, really, you had to fucking joke about it?
No, I don't think so.
What plane was this?
This was a 747-400.
This video.
National Air.
Yep, it's Mentor Pilot's video. Which, if you guys don't watch Mentor Pilot's channel, give him a watch. He's really good. He started.
I really thought that was gonna end with "you're doing it wrong."
I just posted a link in general chat.
Like the way that you said it, it was like, if you're not watching his channel, you're doing it wrong.
I thought about it, and then like it didn't make as much sense at the time.
Okay.
But no, he started
Oh,
last year.
yeah.
He started a accident investigation series or accident analysis series, and he wasn't sure about it in the beginning. He made like a video talking about his thoughts on the subject, and I think it's become his most popular series on his channel. He's got like 10 or 15 of them now, and they're all really good. And he is a 737 instructor pilot, instructor captain with some airline in Europe. I don't know if it's Lufthansa or one of the Swedish airlines. I'm really not sure, but he's a real life 737 captain, and his videos are really in depth. They're interesting.
I've seen this crash. I think I've seen that documentary or his analysis.
Yeah, it's so crazy to watch.
Crazy. See a, you shift center of gravity and it's done.
Yep. And, the come to find out, even if they had been able to keep the plane in the air, they were in hot trouble anyway, because when the vehicle broke loose, it punched through the pressure bulkhead at the aft section of the cargo bay, and it severed all the hydraulic lines going to the H stab and the V stab. So like,
yeah,
they were fucked in like every way.
Yeah, there's no recovering that.
No. But
I don't think they have MLRS on those.
Nah.
Or MR FCS, sorry. They definitely don't have MLRS on commercial airplanes.
Could you imagine a 747 with 2 MLRS?
Wash.
Just strapped them under the wings between the engine nacelles.
I was picturing just bolting it to the top of the fuselage, but sure.
I was thinking like pointing down at the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Holy
so
fuck.
cool. You see, Ivan, when you put artillery on airplane, you extend range.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There you go. Put a Scud on top of an IL-76.
Isn't that what Virgin Galactic is doing? But it's not a Scud missile. It's just a regular rocket.
Yeah, I mean that was very common. Let's go to space technology that even NASA used 50 years ago.
Oh, but it's whatever that guy's name is. He's got the better idea.
Yeah,
Richard Branson.
Rich, thank you. I was thinking Pierce Brosnan, and I knew that was wrong, and I couldn't get it out of my head. I could not get Pierce Brosnan out of my head.
Honestly, I feel like that every Saturday morning.
I mean, that's fair. That man is just pretty.
No, but it's a good way to test your high altitude phase of your rocket that you're designing, because the booster is the expensive part. Well, the booster and the payload, but the inner stage is significantly cheaper to manufacture.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, and if a rocket blows up, I'm pretty sure the vast majority of the time that rockets fail catastrophically, it's during the booster stage.
Yeah. Now that I'm like actually thinking about it, I can't immediately recall seeing any launch footage where the first stage went just fine and then the second stage just went kerfuck.
Yeah.
There was just one of them, but it was once again the second stage busting. It just went spinning out of control. I'm trying to remember who that was. I don't think it was SpaceX.
No, probably not.
It was
Rocket
the
Labs.
ones. It was the one Rocket Lab shooting out of New Zealand, right? The
Yeah.
Electron. That's the one that went kerfucked.
Speaking of really strange launch concepts that are being actually entertained for the first time in 70 years, do you guys see that centrifuge launch system?
Yeah.
Does that actually work? Like, I've seen videos pop up on my feed. I haven't watched any of them because I'm like, what kind of Acme Corp Looney Tunes bullshit is this? Like, does that actually work? Are they actually sending rockets to space using a centrifuge to get it started?
I don't know how well it's going to work. Like, on paper, yeah, it has some advantages, but you have to build and perfectly spin up a large rocket. You know, like it's still pretty heavy because it's loaded with fuel and payload.
Right, and then you
And
then
spin
those
that up
G-forces.
in a vacuum and then throw it. Yeah.
That's the video that's titled "Yeeting a Rocket into Space."
Quite possibly. Yeah.
You know, and then
I remember that.
I saw
You know,
that
the-
and I went, "No, I'm not watching this."
I think that
The
was
problem
my
is-
exact reaction.
yeah, you run into like atmospheric heating issues. Because you know the problem is if it's fast, like obviously it's not getting to orbital velocity, but if you get anywhere near a significant percentage of orbital velocity, you're going to have so much shock heating down low.
Well, no, it's in a vacuum. Like they.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to be in the vacuum forever. They have to let it out eventually to get it to space.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so you can spin it up in a vacuum all you want, and then you open the vacuum chamber to throw it into space. Sorry,
Just
that's a really
immediately
weird
launcher.
sentence